Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Plenty of Goodness. If you are new to my channel, please hit the like button, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to my videos for future weekly delicious plant-based and gluten-free meal preps. So today the first meal, number one, is going to be a crunchy quinoa salad. So you can either do tri-colored quinoa, which is a little bit more nutritious than the regular white quinoa. So I just went with the tri-colored quinoa, something different. Organic pinto beans, got your protein, another source of protein and high and good fats, some salted pieces of cashews. Got your red onion, we're gonna do celery for extra crunch, and then we're gonna do honey Dijon and organic sweet relish. So the relish and the honey Dijon, these were leftovers from last week's meal prep, so I didn't want to forget about it in the fridge and waste them, so I decided to think of a meal plan that incorporated both of the ingredients, so figured why not. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to prep the quinoa, and then while the quinoa is cooking, we're going to cut the onion and the celery. Rinse the quinoa first in cold water. You're going to do 4 cups of quinoa to 5 cups of filtered or alkaline water, and you're going to just throw the quinoa in the pot along with the water and then boil it. Once it reaches a boil, then simmer it and cover for 15 minutes. And then while the quinoa is cooking, you're gonna rinse and cut the onion and celery. I like my onion a little bit finely chopped and my celery on the chunkier side, but it's totally up to your personal preference. And I just rinsed the canned beans, the pinto beans, in cold water. And then we're gonna add everything to a big mixing bowl so we can incorporate the nuts and the sweet relish and the honey after the quinoa is finished. Okay, so after the quinoa is done, add it to the mixing bowl, and then you're going to add the crushed nuts. Just add however many you like. It's personal preference. You could get the unsalted roasted cashews. I chose to get the salted ones just because I like my food on the saltier side, but it's totally up to you. And then I didn't have enough sweet relish, so I did add a little bit of the balsamic vinegar, white balsamic, which the honey Dijon already has that in there, so I should have bought more relish at the store, but that's okay. It tastes really good, and I used all of the honey Dijon, like the whole bottle. So just taste test and go along the way and see what you want more of, what you want less of. And so yeah, that's what it looks like. So now we're going to transfer it to the jars, and I did add a little bit of pink salt. Okay, so after you transfer into the jars, look how awesome that looks. And just to think that once it's in the fridge and it cools down, all the flavors are going to melt together and they're going to blend really nicely, and you're going to have a nice aroma of flavors, high in protein, good amino acids. And you guys, quinoa is not a grain like pasta or rice. It's really, even though it doesn't look like much, it's really filling, and you feel great after you eat it. But look how much leftover I have of quinoa, you guys. This is about 6 cups extra of quinoa. So 4 cups of quinoa is a little bit too much. I always underestimate how much quinoa, just because this is a new recipe. So it does expand a lot when after it cooks in the pot. So just keep that in mind. When you think you need more, maybe just a little less. So I would do 3 cups of quinoa to 4 cups of water actually. And then you wouldn't have so much left over. But with the leftovers I have, I can either give this to family or friends or a loved one, to see whoever is urgently trying to change their diet to a plant-based diet, and they don't know, what it tastes like or what to do. You can be like, here, try my quinoa salad. It's really delicious, very nutritious, and lots of vegetables, and it's guilt-free. You can pretty much eat all of this 4 cups right here in this quinoa, or in this mason jar, and you'll feel great. You won't feel lethargic, you won't feel tired, you won't feel gross and belly hanging over. It's really nice, you guys. So yeah, it's all about sharing your knowledge and sharing your food with people that you think are going to be open-minded. Hopefully, once they try this and they like it, then they're more susceptible to trying your other meal preps or other recipes. All right, guys, so we're on to meal prep 2. Okay, meal prep 2 is going to be something a little bit different. It's going to be coconut lemon rice with veggies. Everyone does the coconut lime rice, but you know what? Why not try the lemon? This will be interesting, but it will also be very good. This is a new company I found at Sprouts. I don't know if your regular grocery store carries it, but the Stellbush Island Farms, they are from Corvallis, Oregon. It's not organic, but it does say sustainably grown in the USA. So we got the tri-colored sliced carrots and the broccoli florets frozen. And we got your sweet peas, organic onion, red onion, and we're gonna do lemon, 1 thing of vegetable broth, and this is just a leftover from last week's meal prep of coconut milk, so I didn't want another reason just to clean house in your fridge and get rid of anything you can and incorporate these ingredients with your new week's meal prep. I didn't want to waste anything, so that's from last week. I just went with the unsweetened vanilla organic coconut milk, so I'm going to use some of that because I'm not sure if I'll have enough. There's only like a cup in here. And then we're going to do nutritional yeast and brown basmati rice. The rice is already done. It's about 40 minutes in the rice cooker. And if you do have keep warm setting on your rice cooker, leave the rice in there until you're ready to mix everything together, because we're gonna do the broth and the coconut milk, make like a nice broth consistency for extra flavor for the rice, and the rice will absorb all the flavors, all the broth in the coconut milk. So if you have time, prep the rice the night before. Or in this case, I think it's better so the rice is right out of the rice cooker. It's nice and warm. So once you incorporate the broth and a coconut milk together, put it in a big mixing bowl, and then we're going to the rice will absorb all the flavors. Okay, what we're gonna do is 3 cups of brown rice to 3 cups and 1/4 cups of filtered or alkaline water. And you're gonna bring 3 cups and 1/4 water to a boil. Add veggie bouillon cube if you have it. If not, don't worry about it, because this recipe will qualify for veggie broth. So the veggie broth will take care of that if you don't have the bouillon cube. Give it a quick stir, and then we're gonna cook the rice for 40 minutes for my rice cooker. And I'm prepping this right before my meal today, my meal prep as well. So we're gonna do 40 minutes for the rice. Put 2/4 cup of water, bring to a boil, then you're gonna add the veggies. Then you're gonna cover the pan and then steam for 3 to 5 minutes. And then while that's cooking, you can you can cut the onion. After you cut the onion, then I pre-slice the lemon, and then we're going to rinse the can of peas. And once that's done, then we're going to incorporate everything into a big mixing jar for the rice and incorporate other ingredients. So after the broccoli and carrots are done cooking, you want to actually drain the remainder of the water, whatever left in the pan, and then set that aside. And then we're going to add a little bit of vegan butter on high heat, and we're going to saute the onions for a few minutes till they're a little bit al dente, and then we're going to transfer it to the mixing bowl. We're going to bring 1.5 cups of veggie broth to a boil. Once that boils, then we're going to do 1.5 cups of the coconut milk. And I did 1/2 cup of the unsweetened vanilla coconut milk, just because I didn't have whatever I had left over from last week's meal prep of the unsweetened. Sorry. And then so the vanilla is going to add a little bit of sweetness without too much sugar. And then I cut the lemon in half, and I use half of a lemon, squeeze it in there. Make sure you get rid of all the seeds first if you can, because if not, you'll have some surprises in there. And then I just kind of eyeballed the nutritional yeast. I probably put up to 6 to 10 tablespoons, something on there. And then once it boils, simmer it, and then cool it down. And then we're going to transfer it to the mixing bowl with the rice. We have our coconut lemon rice with veggies. And if you can find the tri-colored rainbow carrots at the store, you guys, those are the most nutritious types of carrots. Or if you can't find them, the orange ones are fine. As long as you're getting your veggies intake, your vegetables, so you have your peas for added protein, your brown rice for protein, your broccoli high in folic acid, iron, and vitamin C. So I did add pink salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. Salt will help bring out the flavors, especially the lemon flavor, and the pepper just gives a little extra pizzazz. Let me know what you guys think about this meal. But look how awesome that looks. Can't wait for you guys to try it. Super delicious, really healthy, and will keep you satisfied all day long. All right, on to meal prep 3. Okay, so the last meal prep, you guys, is gonna be tomato pesto pizza with the cauliflower crust. I'm really excited to make this for you guys. Sorry I couldn't think of a third meal plan for the MaSon jars, but this will be just as good and super delicious, nutritious. And if you have any glass Pyrex, that would be better to store the pizza in, or if you just have plastic Tupperware, that's fine as well, as long as they're not melted or leaching chemicals, that's fine. But glass is always better. So yeah, we're going to preheat the oven to 425 with the cauliflower crust, and this comes with 2 pizza crusts per packet. So I figured each pie is going to be 6. You're going to get 6 slices. So if you cut this in half, you do 3 on one side, 3 on the other side, and then you have 12 slices total, which I calculated out it should be 3 slices of pizza per meal. So every time you have pizza, it should be only 3 slices. It should keep you full and satisfied. You shouldn't need any more than that. If you're used to overeating, you can have like an extra snack, whatever else you have in the cupboard. But that should be plenty, because we're going to do bok choy, and we're going to do yellow and orange bell pepper. We're going to do some onion, some follow your heart shredder, cheddar cheese, and then we're going to do some nutritionally something a little bit different to add more protein and more flavor. That's going to be really good. And then we got your fresh dill, because why not? I have this leftover from last week, so why not use it leftovers? And same thing with the organic pesto. I had a little bit of this leftover, so I want to get rid of that. And then we're going to do our Delalo pizza sauce and some garlic. So we're going to preheat the oven to 425, and then we're going to start cutting the veggies. Okay, so you're going to rinse and cut the veggies. You got your orange, yellow bell pepper. You want to cut the vegetables a little on the smaller, finer side, just because the crust size is really small, so you don't want it to fall over and not all of the vegetables cook at one time, especially the onion. I only did half an onion because it's going to be really potent if you do the full thing, unless you can find a really small onion at the store, that's fine. But yeah, chop it up really fine, and then because we want everything to cook, because the cauliflower crust, see, it's really small, but the cauliflower crust doesn't take that long to cook. 11 to 13 minutes at 425 in the oven, regular conventional oven. And then I just wash and cut up the dill really fine. Okay, so first I did spread the pesto sauce on the crust, and then the pizza sauce, and then I sprinkled some of the minced garlic, and then after the garlic, then I did the dill. Spread the dill, and then I did the green pepper, or I did the bell peppers, I did the onions, then the bell peppers, then the bok choy, and the cheese last. So we're gonna bake this in the oven for 425, 11 to 13 minutes. So look at this, you guys, look how awesome that came out. Your tomato pesto veggie pizza. So yeah, I just literally cut it in half, and I did save the cardboard just so I can cut the pizza. And if you don't have a flat baking sheet, you can just bake it on a piece of foil just like I did. And you can grab it out of the oven that way. It's not really hot. You won't burn yourself. So yeah, just three pieces just like that. So 3 pieces each for dinner. And you can also do mozzarella cheese. I just didn't have it, so I went with the cheddar, but either or will work. But look how delicious that looks. Can't wait for you guys to try it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, which is your favorite recipe for this week. There you have it, another week of delicious plant-based gluten-free meal prep. And actually you want to make sure you cool down the pizza before you cut it up into thirds, and then transfer into Pyrex like that, or you can wrap it in foil, but I think the Pyrex is going to be the freshest because it has a seal. You want something with a seal so it stays nice and fresh. But look, all those rainbows of colors. Look how delicious. Yum. And And then, so we got your crunchy quinoa salad and your coconut lemon rice with veggies. Let me know what recipe is your favorite for this week. And just keep on doing what you're doing, guys. Don't give up. You know, you can start 3 days a week, start part-time meal prepping, figure out which days a week works best for you and your schedule. And right now, you know, there's no excuses because everyone's either working at home right now with the pandemic, they're not going to the gym, or you can still work out, but you know, food is key right now. You have time to cook and time to experiment, so don't be discouraged. Just get in there and let me be the guide, and yeah, just keep on plunging away week after week. So let me know which one was the hardest recipe for this week. And if you're new to my channel, please give me a like and a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel for future videos just like this one. Weekly delicious gluten-free plant-based meal prep. Okay guys, we'll see you next week, and let me know which one is your favorite. See ya.